How's it there, foilers? My name is Ryan Kim. I'm one of the Code Foil ambassadors here in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. I love code, and my specific niche in foiling right now is downwinding is my big focus, and really trying to push racing specifically and try and improve my fitness to get better at downwind foil racing. So that's the go. And here's my little quiver that I use on the daily to get better at downwind and racing. So first up, what I have here is the Code 77DR. This here is my go-to light wind downwind wing that I use in anything less than 10 knots, or I can also use it up to 15. I preferably don't, but it is very doable up with it. And I usually pair this up with the extra small fuse. Has been my go-to, along with the 120 tail. I'm also going to point out that I'm also between 72 to 75 kilos, so I'm a little smaller, and this does feel like a big wing for me specifically at my skill level. So this is what I use this for, is my light downwind wing. Also to cruise around in the prone. If I do prone surf, I also love using the 770 just to keep the glide and the ride longer. And every time I prone now, I try to see how long I can last for without coming down. It's been part of the training for downwind racing. So yeah, so this is the 770R that I use for light wind and for prone. Next up is the daily driver for downwinding in conditions ranging between 10 to 20 knots, give or take. If I don't want to really push too hard, but still want to have a good consistent average speed. And that's also why I love code, is I love the average speed that I get out of this, along with a good top end, a good low end, but a good middle ground is what this foil, the 680, does really well for me, along with all the other ones, but the 680 has been the daily driver. And I use this one in the M2O for this past 2024 season, and this is what I got here. So the 680 does really well. It goes fast, as you would expect for a 680, and even these numbers in code, they do represent pretty small numbers, but they ride, for me, they ride bigger than what I expected them to be. So specifically, yeah, the 680 is the daily driver that I use to race, to go fast in any conditions between 10 to 20 knots. And if I want to rip turns and still have a good flow in new conditions, this feels great to have a good surfy downwind in decent downwind conditions. So this is the 680R. Next up, that code released this past year, within the last actually couple months, is the 600R. Has been my new challenge foil to master right now for downwinding, and in conditions that are 18 plus knots, this is pretty magic for my weight and size. With the 680, it goes fast, but just chasing big bumps to go faster, it can't get it as well. But this 600 allows me to chase and go my extreme speeds that I have never hit before ever, and yeah, it's going really good. For me, Hawaii conditions I feel like are a little different sometimes for average speeds compared to other places, but I've never been able to hit on miles per hour. I've never been able to hit 17.5 miles per hour in average speed ever, and this foil has allowed me to for our Hawaii Kai runs here, which are about 8 miles. I've able to hit 17.5, close to 18 with this, and I'm super stoked for this. So I'm trying to really make this 600R my race foil for this year, and definitely training up with it a lot and trying to push it in possibly sub 15, maybe 10 knot conditions once I get my fitness and my skill level with this foil better. And like I said earlier, all the foils I've been trying to pair it up with the 120 tail and with the small or extra small fuse. But recently the extra small has been making things a lot faster. It is a little bit more pitchy, but if you find the right zone and you place your weight right, this to me provides the best speed for compared to all the other fuses for what I like in my type of riding, which I have a very narrow stance, and I feel like my narrow stance really pairs well with using this extra small fuse for downwinding. So yeah, stoked to be part of the Cold Foils team out here on Oahu that Jeff Chang from Wet Feet Hawaii is pretty much heading out over here on Oahu. Stoked to be part of the team, and if anyone on Oahu needs cold foil gear, hit up Jeff Chang at Wet Feet Hawaii. Shoots.